Maybe this feels familiar. You're sitting there trying to stay strong, trying to play it cool, but deep down you can't stop asking yourself, what if she's doing the same thing I'm doing? What if she's also running no contact on me? If this is you, then you know the mental tug of war that eats you alive. One moment you feel powerful, like you're holding the line. The next, doubt creeps in. Is she stronger than me? Is she waiting for me to crack? What if my silence doesn't bother her at all? Your mind replays every detail, the way she pulled back, the way she looked at you last, the words you didn't say. You wonder if she's checking her phone for your name or if she's forgotten you completely. And in the quiet, that question grows louder. Am I winning this or am I just losing her? It feels like a chess game where you don't know the rules, where every move risks either your dignity or your chance with her. But what if you've been looking at it the wrong way? What if it's not about who breaks first, but about who finally understands what this silence is really for? What happens when you stop obsessing over her moves and start focusing on the one shift that changes everything? Most men get this wrong because they treat no contact like a contest, a silent war to see who can hold out longer. They sit there counting days, analyzing every move, waiting for her to crack first. But that mindset is already a loss because it keeps your focus on her instead of yourself. Here's the truth. No contact was never meant to be about her. It's not a tactic to make her miss you. It's a boundary, a reset, a space where you reclaim your center. This is what most men don't realize. When you obsess over whether she's doing the same thing, you've already surrendered your frame. The core masculine principle is this. Strength isn't about control over her, it's about control over yourself. The man who wins isn't the one who outlasts her silence. It's the one who no longer needs her response to validate who he is. That's when the dynamic shifts. That's when you lead with presence, not pressure. He lies awake in the half light of his room, the ceiling above him a blank canvas for every question he can't silence. His phone rests on the nightstand, screen dark, but its weight feels louder than the ticking clock on the wall. He imagines her phone too, untouched, unmoved, maybe even facing down, like his. What if she's waiting for me the same way I'm waiting for her? What if we're both staring at empty screens, too stubborn to break? The thought twists in his chest. His thumb twitches as if it remembers the shape of her name, the curve of the words he wants to type but never does. He scrolls through old messages in his head, hearing her laughter as clearly as the silence that's replaced it. The room hums with stillness. His pulse is louder than the world outside. He pictures her smiling somewhere, maybe not thinking of him at all, and the weight of that possibility presses like stone against his ribs. But then another thought rises, quieter, steadier. What if this isn't about her moves at all? What if it's about me? About whether I can sit in this silence without crumbling? The phone stays dark. For the first time, he doesn't reach for it. He just exhales, the air heavy in his lungs, and lets the stillness belong to him. One false belief men hold is thinking no contact is a game of endurance, that whoever lasts longer somehow wins. But this isn't about outlasting her. If you're sitting there counting days, you're still living in reaction to her, and that keeps you trapped in her frame, not your own. Another belief is that if she's not reaching out, it means she doesn't care at all. The truth is more complicated. Silence doesn't always mean indifference. Sometimes it's distance, sometimes it's uncertainty, and sometimes it's a test to see if you can hold your ground without collapsing. He didn't pull away to punish you. She pulled away to see if you'd lose yourself. Silence isn't her power, it's your mirror. The 3% man doesn't sit there obsessing over whether she's running no contact too. He understands that the moment his mind is consumed by her moves, he's already handed her the power. This is what he understands. No contact is not about her at all. It's about him. It's about reclaiming space to breathe, to grow, to stand firm in who he is without needing her response to steady him. He doesn't frame silence as a battle of wills. Instead, he sees it as an opportunity to deepen his own strength. This is how he leads, with presence, not pressure. He isn't waiting, counting, or plotting. He's living, moving, becoming fuller in himself. And that's why the dynamic shifts, because while most men get lost in the tension, the 3% man becomes the man who can carry it calmly. And that calm presence is what makes her notice. The silence had been gnawing at him for days, each hour stretching longer than the last. He kept wondering if she was on the other end, arms crossed, waiting for him to fold first. The thought stung, the not knowing burned deeper than any goodbye could. But then, in the quiet, something shifted. He saw himself from the outside, not as the man he wanted her to see, but as the man he truly was. Stronger than his impulses, deeper than his fear of being forgotten. For the first time, he realized this wasn't about her silence at all. It was about his own. He didn't need to wait for her to break the stillness. He didn't need her call, her message, her validation to feel whole. His worth had been sitting there the entire time, buried under the noise of his longing. A calm breath left his chest, heavy but steady. He looked at his phone, not with desperation, but with clarity. The game he thought he was in no longer mattered, because the moment he stopped waiting, he remembered he was never meant to chase. He was meant to stand. The man who no longer fears her silence is the one who finally hears his own strength.